Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm of course your host, Droodles, Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Kampfpanzer 50-ton. Today is April 1st. It's a day of jokes, and I can tell you the biggest joke today is wargaming. They released the mega containers. Now these containers, on first glance, look like every normal container. They have a lot of tanks. They're just like collect-em-all containers, but they have like a bajillion vehicles in them. They also have upwards of 100,000 gold, a million XP. There's some really good rewards in these containers, and if you're going just for gold, they're not terrible deals. In fact, I've got over 70,000 gold from about $200 of opening these crates on livestream, which if you want to see that pain, go check it out. There's one snag, and there's one reason why I'm very disappointed in wargaming, and it's this: the Kampfpanzer 50-ton, a tank we've been waiting very, very long for it to come out since Christmas. Well, it's in the crates. It's got a 0.04% drop chance because it's one out of like 133 vehicles or something like that. But not only does this vehicle have such a low drop chance, but there's only a 5% drop chance to get your hands on any of these tanks. So it's a 5% chance to then get a 0.04% chance to get the Kampfpanzer. And for me, I already own every tank, so that's the only tank I would try to get. So yeah, big rip, I guess. The Kampfpanzer 50-ton will not be in my garage anytime soon. I did buy 6 crates just to showcase what you get out of them really quickly, so let's open these 6 crates and see what we get. The first crate, we got 350 gold, 500 XP, and 7 days of premium. Ooh boy, not much. Our next crate, mystery box, we got a day of premium, 500 gold, or no, 250 gold and 500 XP. How about our next crate? Ooh, 250 gold and 2 days of premium. Oh boy, how about this one? Ooh, 250 gold. You can see why these are some of the most useless crates I've ever seen put into the game. Ooh, that's a keeper there, 500 gold. Let's see what we get out of this last container: a lockbox key and 250 gold. This is a waste of money. Now, the Kampfpanzer 50-ton was projected to be sold. Wow, I just got 100,000 XP from a mystery, but that doesn't really help me out too much because I already have 4 million XP. Either way, the issue with the crates and everything else is down to the fact that we were expecting, and I was expecting, the Kampfpanzer 50-ton to be sold in separate crates, because Wargaming has files with the Kampfpanzer 50-ton in the files, and it has charms, and it's a single crate that contains the tank in it. So you probably have a 5% drop chance to get the vehicle, and it's just like the Super Conqueror crates, the VK90 crates that come around every now and then, except it has a Kampfpanzer 50-ton in it. Well, that's not the case. I do think those crates will be released in the future, but it seems like right now I wouldn't suggest to gamble your money at all, because that's the biggest waste of money I've ever seen. On the second hand, there's also the Object 752, which I was hoping was going to be released today, but it turns out it's not. It will be released sometime this week, I would expect, because Wargaming released a video earlier showcasing the Object 752, so it's probably going to be released on Sputnik's launch day. I don't remember what day that was, but you guys can Google that. So the 752 will probably be released on that day, also in crates with no charms, with a 4% drop chance. The crates are most likely going to cost money because they drop gold, so, oh boy, more things to waste our money on. Either way, I'm pretty disappointed with the Kampfpanzer 50-ton and trying to get my hands on it, but I thought, even though the drop chances are so terrible, there are going to be people out there that get it. If there's 10,000 of you that watch this video, some of you have to own this vehicle, or if you come up against it, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the armor profile and statistics of the tank so you know how to counter it on the battlefield. So its upper plate is pretty strong. It's 280 millimeters on the flat, and that means if you're using its 8 degrees of gun depression, yeah, that's really strong. The Kranvong can't penetrate it whatsoever. Even with heat shells, you can't penetrate the upper plate as it's over 440 millimeters thick. So quite impressive on the overall hull armor. It's just like a WZ-113 turned into a medium tank. As well, its turret is pretty good. It's not anything crazy. It's about 280 millimeters thick. So even medium tanks, just for example, if we get out a Progetto 65 and you load heat, yeah, you can penetrate the turret. Even if you're running enhanced armor, it can be penetrated. So the tank's not impervious, but it's very similar, I would say, to an E50M. If we take a look at the E50M, you'll notice it's got a very strong upper plate if you're using it hull down, over 400 millimeters thick. The difference is the E50M's turret is much, much weaker, as you can see. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that the Kampfpanzer turret will do a better job of bouncing shells than the E50M turret. As well, the Kampfpanzer goes 60 kilometers per hour, and the best part about this tank is the gun. Let's break into the statistics of this vehicle. It has 1,800 hit points, which is average for a tier 10 medium, but it's got 3,678 damage per minute, making it the highest DPM medium in tier 10, even above the Leopard 1. It's got OK pen at 250 on the standard, but the premium at 300 is plenty, judging that if you're running Cali, you get upwards of 330. Even when running calibrated with standard ammunition, you are able to get 3,400 DPM. I mean, that's insane damage per minute. It's got great shell velocity at 1,478, and it's also got pretty weird alpha at 320. It's not like a 62A, but it's also not like a 105 millimeter that the M48 patent carries, kind of shoved in the middle. When we take a look at the gun handling, its aiming time is okay. 1.72 seconds is definitely not going to be, getting anywhere crazy fast, but it'll be quick enough because your base dispersion is very nice at 0.308. What isn't very nice is your on-movement dispersion at 0.14. I would highly suggest, if you do get your hands on this vehicle, to run vertical stabilizers, because that will make your on-movement dispersion a lot better, making your overall aiming time as well a lot better. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, not the most accurate vehicle on the move, but that makes sense. It should have a downside for its 3,670 damage per minute, so you gotta give or take some statistics here and there. As well, the tank's fast. It goes 60 kilometers per hour, but it's also heavy. It weighs in at 50 tons, which means this will actually be a really, really good vehicle for ramming opponents. Not the fastest in reverse at 20 kilometers per hour. We have vehicles like the STB and other tier 10 mediums that go just the same, if not faster, in reverse. The T100 LT, for example, goes 30 in reverse, but it is a light tank, so I guess it's a bit of a different category. Either way, what I can tell you is that the power to weight is terrible. It's 19.8. It is the worst power to weight in tier 10 for a medium. Just for an example, the E50M's power to weight ratio is 26.48. I mean, that is only half of the mediums. It's 9 out of 15th place. So yeah, the Kampfpanzer's power to weight is definitely nothing amazing, and it will take a very long time to get up to top speed if you even reach your top speed, to be completely honest. Traverse speed is nice. It's got 61 degrees a second, which means that you'll be able to turn, especially on medium terrain and soft terrain. It's very good on traverse speed. It's also a pretty small tank. It's only 6 meters by 3 meters and 1.82 meters tall, but the same height and length width as an IS-4. So not a very large vehicle. And when you come to concealment, it's got 32% while still, and while driving the tank, you've 25%, which is also very solid, right up there next to the Object 907. So what would I say about this vehicle overall? It looks nice. I will say that. I think this is going to be a very competitive tank in tier 10, but you do got to understand how to use it. So hopefully this helped you out a little bit on fighting it, and if you want to know how to play it, really I just play it kind of like a midline brawler. It's got enough DPM to easily counter enemy opponents you come up against, but its armor will fall apart on the turret if you shoot premium rounds, just like a 62H Cheeks, and the lower plate's pretty weak. The side armor, by the way, I didn't break into that, but its side armor is terrible. Let me just show the side armor really quickly. It's pretty atrocious. It's only about 120 millimeters thick, and the rear of the tank is pretty bad as well, at only around 100 millimeters. So you got to be very careful when showing the sides of the tank, because they can be very easily overmatched, as you can see. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!